And welcome to Ranger Stadium. It's soccer, boys soccer on the air as we bring you the Smithson Valley Rangers and the Steele Knights. Smithson Valley currently 7-4 in district play and fourth place in the district standings, while Steele is 4-7. Both teams trying to get in those final four spots for a playoff spot, and we should have a good one here tonight. It's senior night at Ranger Stadium as the Rangers take on the Knights here on the Ranger Network.
With university admission competition at its peak and demand in the workplace for the best and brightest young talent, the time is now to give our students the edge at Comal ISD. And that edge is Memorial Early College High School. No matter where you reside in Comal ISD, MEX will help accelerate your learning and prepare you for a lifetime of success. You have a choice to make your high school experience fit you and your way of learning. Through a unique relationship with St. Philip's College, you can earn an associate's degree of arts. That's 2 years of college for free while you are still in high school. MEX offers a combination of regular and dual credit courses taught right here by instructors that have master's degrees. Learn in a hands-on collaborative way at MEX. Research, explore, problem solve, and build long-lasting relationships with driven, focused, and great students like yourself. Our campus is unique with many opportunities to get involved in school spirit. Our many clubs, academic UIL, sports, community, and leadership opportunities will have you screaming with eagle pride and soaring to new heights of excellence. Explore your options with Comal ISD. Explore Memorial Early College High School today.
And welcome back to Ranger Stadium. We're here on senior night as the Rangers take on Steele, and I'm joined by former head coach Brad Lynn. And Coach, senior night's important for a lot of reasons, but it's the last chance these seniors have to play at home.
Well, it's so important for the players and coaches together because they've had a chance to really get to know each other, and then there's sort of a finality about it or an end of their career, and that makes it sad, but it shouldn't be a sad night. It should be a great night. It's really important for those parents because they love to see their sons and their friends of their sons that have been playing together for so long. It's just an important night for our program, and it's going to be a great night for a game too.
And as we get ready to take on Steele, it's the sophomores who lead us on the offensive side, and that's Atkins and Harley. Tell me a little bit about what you've seen from them and how they have grown even as sophomores.
Well, you don't expect them to be the leaders of the scoring, but that's what's happened, and it's because they're really good players, and they've done a great job getting used to playing against older kids in a really, really hard district. So I think whatever struggles they had at the beginning of the season, those are gone. They're playing at a really high level right now, and I think they're gonna really, hopefully score a bunch of goals tonight.
And then there are seniors on the back end, including the goalkeeper Kelly. Defense is so important in these games because there aren't a lot of goals scored.
I think like Coach Nichols said earlier, that that's where the senior leadership has really come through. There's so many things that those kids do without the ball and without scoring, without getting statistics that really make the team what it is.
Should be a good broadcast tonight. And Coach Lind, I'm Tony Brubaker. We invite you to come back for the start of tonight's game right after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
In this arena, we come at you like a freight train. Here, nothing but sidestepping, high-flying, over-the-top action. And this is where tradition, pride, and determination all come together. Big East, Pac-12, and Big Ten on Fox and FS1.
Watch FS1, GVTC, Channel 515.
Have you brushed your teeth? Yeah!
Moms, we've got you covered. Bring your kids to Summerhill Dental no matter how often they say they brush their teeth.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
Flipping houses in Chicago it's a gamble.
The budgets could spiral out of control.
It's already kind of spiraled. A profit like that is worth the gamble. So we are all in.
How am I going to get a railing in 2 weeks?
This job's going to kill me.
All new Windy City Rehab, Tuesday at 9 on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC, channel 578.
And welcome back to Ranger Stadium. I'm with head coach Eric Nichols. And, Coach, this is senior night. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what the final home game for these seniors means?
Well, with these guys, we got 11 guys that have come in this year and you know, has really led by example. And for us to come in tonight, recognize our seniors and what they've done for this program and about leaving their mark on the program, I think it's very important for us to take this opportunity to recognize them and their parents for all their sacrifices that they've done for this program and help build us up where we keep growing for the future. And it all stems with these seniors that we've got.
I know seniors are important. You're playing a lot of younger kids as well, so their leadership is important.
Oh, yeah. You know, like I tell those seniors, I said, you know, it's not just being a leader, it's about showing the younger guys how it's done and the respect of the game, respect of the opponent, and what it takes to be a Ranger soccer player and the work that it goes into. And so they've got to be a role model.
Those seniors lead you to the final home game against Steele tonight. Steele are quite an opponent that's below you in the standings, but I know they have to be someone you're really having to pay attention to.
Yeah, you know, we only beat them 1-0 last time, and it was a cold night, but they don't quit, they don't give up. They fought every team in our district pretty tough. So tonight is going to be one of those nights where it's who comes out on top early. It keeps putting the pressure on the opponent, and it's just going to be one of those nights where it's going to go down to the final whistle. Tell me
Just a name or two of kids that might make a difference in the game tonight and who you're looking forward to maybe stepping up.
Well, you know, so far this year, our two sophomores have led us in the goals, Ryan Harley and Colton Atkins. Our leading assist guys, junior, who's Zarek Uritia. They've done a really good job for us, pushing the attack and getting on the end of some of our crosses. So I look for them to try to lead us on that front. I look for our seniors in the back to lead us with our keepers and our two center backs that are both seniors to kind of help lead the way.
All right, Coach Nichols, good luck tonight.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
It's head coach Eric Nichols. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineups and the start of tonight's game after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
The Big Ten. You play hard and win hard. Every hook and slam explodes. And the thunder and rumble is pure percussion. The Big Ten on Fox, FS1, and the Fox Sports app.
Watch FS1, GVTC, channel 515.
Okay, take a look here. You know, these pearly whites, they're just not right. So you got this guy here, and boom, you move it over here. And don't forget this guy here. You shove it over here. After Ferris Orthodontics get a hold of these teeth, bam! It's like magic for your teeth. So the thing is, when teeth are lined up, you know, you get a good smile. And it was Ferris Orthodontics that did that right there.
Barnwood Builders reclaim and restore 18th and 19th century log homes. We do things the old way, and everything we do it with pride.
All new Barnwood Builders, Sunday night at 9 on DIY Network.
Watch DIY GVTC Channel 126. With university admission competition at its peak and demand in the workplace for the best and brightest young talent, the time is now to give our students the edge at Comal ISD. And that edge is Memorial Early College High School. No matter where you reside in Comal ISD, MEX will help accelerate your learning and prepare you for a lifetime of success. You have a choice to make your high school experience fit you and your way of learning. Through a unique relationship with St. Philip's College, you can earn an associate's degree of arts. That's 2 years of college for free while you are still in high school. MEX offers a combination of regular and dual credit courses taught right here by instructors that have master's degrees. Learn in a hands-on collaborative way at MEX. Research, explore, problem solve, and build long-lasting relationships with driven, focused, and great students like yourself. Our campus is unique with many opportunities to get involved in school spirit. Our many clubs, academic UIL, sports, community, and leadership opportunities will have you screaming with eagle pride and soaring to new heights of excellence. Explore your options with Comal ISD. Explore Memorial Early College High School today.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests, while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
And welcome back to Ranger Stadium. I'm Tony Brubaker, along with former coach Brad Lind. And Coach, as we watch some final warm-ups before the start of tonight's game, one of the interesting things I'm looking at as we go over stats and stuff, as we've talked about Atkins and Harley being the scorekeepers or score makers, the guys who push the ball and get the ball in the net. It's interesting that just looking at team stats on the season, through their season, Smithson Valley scores 2 goals per game, Steele only 1.2. So in soccer, it doesn't sound like a lot, but is that a lot?
Well, it can be. You'd think that if you just put those two stats together, then we're going to win this game hands down. But Steele is in playoff contention with that many goals per game, so they're doing some great things on defense, and it's just the pace of the game. Sometimes they score a goal, and then they shut the other team out because the ball may not even cross the midfield. So those two stats will be kind of on trial. We'll see which one wins out.
Rosters are such that we'll see for Smithson Valley, again, the sophomores up front scoring goals, seniors on the back end. We've talked about Andrew Kelly averaging less than a goal per game in his efforts this season. He, as a senior, has to have a big game tonight for them to win.
Well, you always start with, as a coach, you always start with the defense in soccer because it is going to be traditionally a low-scoring game, and so you've got to take care of the back end, and it starts with the keeper, and he's done a great job this year.
The standings look like this. New Braunfels is in first place in 26-6A with a record of 8-1-2. New Braunfels Canyon's in second at 7-1-3. Schertz Clemens at 8-3 is in third, and then the Rangers at 7-4 are currently in fourth place. Those ties, again, a win gets you 2 points, a tie gets you 1 point. So ties aren't a bad thing to have when you're looking at standings.
No, at the time that you have it, you certainly wish, woulda, coulda, shoulda. You think you should have won that game, but then look at New Braunfels in the standings. That really, those ties have kind of iced them into the playoffs. And Smithson Valley sitting at fourth place with 7 wins. They're only 1 win behind the first place team, but those ties have made a significant difference.
Right. Again, Canyon at 7-1-3 is ahead of an 8-3 Clemens, who doesn't have a tie.
That's right.
Because of the point standings.
That's right.
Again, we're at Rangers Stadium. It is the Rangers and the Knights. We'll be back with tonight's kickoff of this important soccer game after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
In this arena, we come at you like a freight train. Here, nothing but sidestepping, high-flying, over-the-top action. And this is where tradition, pride, and determination all come together. Big East, Pac-12, and Big Ten on Fox and FS1.
Watch FS1, GVTC, Channel 515.
Have you brushed your teeth?
Yeah!
Did you brush your teeth?
Yeah!
Have you brushed your teeth?
Yeah!
Moms, we've got you covered. Bring your kids to Summerhill Dental no matter how often they say they brush their teeth.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
What you are about to see is disturbing.
I want to spit this out right now.
That's why they called in the experts.
What do you focus on first?
Look at this, holding it with a spatula.
Oh, they say burn, I say smoky flavor.
We taste the food, so you don't have to.
All new, Worst Cooks in America, Sunday night at 9, only on Food Network.
Watch Food Network, GVTC, Channel 563.
The Big Ten. You play hard and win hard. Every hook and slam explodes. And the thunder and rumble is pure percussion. The Big Ten on Fox, FS1, and the Fox Sports app.
Watch FS1, GVTC, Channel 515.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Erin.
And this is our hometown. When we renovate one house and the homeowners say, this feels like our home. Wow.
It's amazing.
When you improve the homes in a community, the entire town gets its legs back.
All new Hometown, Monday night at 9 on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC, channel 578.
In this arena, we come at you like a freight train. Here, nothing but sidestepping, high-flying, over-the-top action. And this is where tradition, pride, and determination all come together. Big East, Pac-12, and Big Ten on Fox and FS1.
Watch FS1, GVTC, channel 515. With university admission competition at its peak and demand in the workplace for the best and brightest young talent, the time is now to give our students the edge at Comal ISD. And that edge is Memorial Early College High School. No matter where you reside in Comal ISD, MEX will help accelerate your learning and prepare you for a lifetime of success. You have a choice to make your high school experience fit you and your way of learning. Through a unique relationship with St. Philip's College, you can earn an associate's degree of arts. That's 2 years of college for free while you are still in high school. MEX offers a combination of regular and dual credit courses taught right here by instructors that have master's degrees. Learn in a hands-on collaborative way at MEX. Research, explore, problem solve, and build long-lasting relationships with driven, focused, and great students like yourself. Our campus is unique with many opportunities to get involved in school spirit. Our many clubs, academic UIL, sports, community, and leadership opportunities will have you screaming with eagle pride and soaring to new heights of excellence. Explore your options with Comal ISD. Explore Memorial Early College High School today.
The Big Ten. You play hard and win hard. Every hook and slam explodes. And the thunder and rumble is pure percussion. The Big Ten on Fox, FS1, and the Fox Sports app.
Watch FS1, GVTC, channel 515.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
Flipping houses in Chicago it's a gamble.
The budgets could spiral out of control.
It's already kind of spiraled. A profit like that is worth the gamble. So we are all in.
How am I gonna get a railing in 2 weeks?
This job's gonna kill me.
All new Windy City Rehab, Tuesday at 9 on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC, channel 578.
And welcome back to Ranger Stadium as they start wrapping up the lineup announcements, as they've been doing that for the past couple of minutes. I am Tony Brubaker, along with former coach Brad Lind. We welcome you to Ranger Stadium and the Ranger Network as, again, the Smithson Valley Rangers take on the Steele Knights on senior night here at Ranger Stadium, as the 11 seniors that play boys soccer at Smithson Valley are honored. They've already been introduced with their parents, had pictures taken and all that, and had a group picture taken, Coach. And I know this is, again, a big night for seniors' families.
Yeah, it's hard to not let your emotions get away from you as a parent, and sometimes even as the coach. Certainly, you don't want it to affect the players. You don't, because we do have a very important game tonight. So you try to make it a positive experience for everybody. And another thing that's really important is the younger kids. They see that recognition that those seniors have, and they sort of see that it's more than just how well you play, but what you've done for the program as a whole.
Looked like we almost forgot to introduce one of the players as finally he gets introduced. And again, should be a good one here tonight. Again, 7-4 the Rangers. And Steele comes in with that 4-7 record. Although they are not mathematically eliminated, we're going to turn our attention to the flag right now and tonight's national anthem. And again, as we get ready for the start of tonight's game between the Rangers and the Knights, we want to tell you a little bit something about one of the seniors. It is number 13, Blaine Bird, a goalkeeper on this roster and a senior who's missed his senior season because of a leg injury. And something interesting that Coach Nichols is going to do with the approval, if you will, of the Steele staff is we're going to put him out on the field as a starter and allow him to get a touch of the ball at the beginning of the game tonight, and then the ball will be kicked out and he'll be subbed out. Just a nice gesture to get Blaine a chance to get his first and only touch of the season. So it should be a good one, the Rangers and the Knights. Told you about Atkins and Harley. Carlos Castro is the third leading goal scorer with 6 goals and 14 points. Zarek Uritia has 17 points with a team best 9 assists. So like a lot of other sports, he's someone who gets the ball to the right spot at the right time and takes advantage of that. As, again, we're about ready to go. And Coach Lind, I know guys who get assists in soccer are very valuable players.
Well, in hockey they count 2 passes before, and then sometimes as a coach you point those things out too, because it takes more than one good pass a lot of times to get it past the way most of these teams pack their defense in. So we'll look for those tonight.
Smithson Valley in the blue and gray with the very tiny numbers. Steele in the black shorts and white tops have equally small numbers as we are up in the press box tonight, and we will try to indicate all the individuals we can. But again, as a team sport that emulates team as much as any sport, this will be an interesting call tonight as we get ready to go here shortly. We have 3 officials that will be calling the game. We don't know who they are, so if we are at all not friendly to them, we won't have to tell you who they are, by name at least. So again, Smithson Valley will get the first touch as all the huddles continue here. It's kind of like you want the game to start, and
I think we're finally to get ready to go.
And we might be ready now. So much for the 7 o'clock start, right? 7:26 is what I got right now. In any event, senior night is almost ready to get underway. Our referee starts it as the Rangers kick it back toward the net, where Blaine Bird will get his first touch. And then the Rangers will kick it out of play, and Blaine Bird will be subbed out of the game. Again, unable to run and do anything in the game of soccer, even as a goalkeeper where you don't move a lot unless the ball's coming your way. He has been unable to go this season because of that leg injury, and all his teammates giving him a hug as he gets off the field right now.
It's a great part played by the Steele players and their coach to allow this to go on. It really has, with 80 minutes to play, it will have no impact on the game at all, but it's just a great show of sportsmanship for both teams.
And Andrew Kelly comes back onto the field to take his spot as a senior in goal for the Rangers. And it will be a throw-in for Steele, and we're back underway as they throw it onto the Smithson Valley side, and the Rangers will bring it up. Soccer not a fast-paced game most of the time, though they can make it quick, and scores can happen quickly with the right teamwork. Little tie-up at the center of the field as the Ranger front line stays active. Steele controls. Now a nice kick ahead that's blocked. And the ball's back near the center of the field. Any thoughts in the first 2 minutes, Coach?
Well, you notice the lineup is not exactly the same. Since it is senior night, they are going to start all the seniors in the opening minutes. I don't know how long they'll play together as a group, but it's a great show of support for those kids, and you'd be surprised they might do something spectacular. So we'll watch closely here.
The Rangers will get the throw in as the ball was kicked out of play by Steele. Physical game it can be, soccer. When officials don't blow their whistle often, you get a lot of pushing and shoving, and that you just hope it never grows into anything bigger. Here's a score attempt as the ball was crossed, looking for someone to get a hold of it, and it goes out of play. Steele will get the throw in from the near corner. The Rangers clear it nicely, but Steele maintains possession. Interesting to see the numbers as they go up and back and how many people will attack. So I'm sure that is, as a coach, that's something you always pay attention to, how many guys they push forward.
Well, how many they push forward has a big impact on how many they keep back, and so I know Coach Nichols will change his attacking style in the game if he sees something that Steele's doing that can give him an advantage. But the idea of a counterattack, have your defense really strong and control the ball from the back is something that they're really good at this year.
Another ball inside the 20 that was cleared, now controlled again by Steele. A good job of taking the ball out of play will result in a corner kick for the Knights. Good look at Ranger Stadium again, as it's senior night. 11 seniors playing in their final home game for the Rangers. Corner kick centered, some deflections, finally kicked out by the Rangers. And a race for the ball. Some contact not whistled. Ball goes out off of the Rangers.
That's number 30. Ethan Lohaus is not on our roster that way because he's normally a goalkeeper being senior night. He's playing up front, doing a pretty good job so far.
Being active for sure. And a free kick for the Knights. Cameron Hawk with the kick. He's a sophomore. A nice kick all the way over the top of the goal. Young man has a pretty good leg, along with the wind.
Yeah, he took advantage of it. It had a clean bounce too. I guess the goalkeeper's used to that around here because this is his home field. But that was closer to a scoring opportunity than we thought.
Yeah. The Steele JV won earlier tonight, 2-0 over the Rangers in the JV game that was played right before this one. Again, head coach Eric Nichols, you heard him in the pregame, doing the best he can with a group that is currently in 4th place. The Rangers get the ball on the Knights' side of the field for a bit. Press up a little bit. As the Knights control. Steele seems to be moving with some quickness tonight. As the ball is centered in front of the net, looks like it went off the crossbar.
Really great save by the keeper on that one.
Yeah. So we'll have a goal kick. We have subs.
Two seniors coming off. Ian Lohaus and I'm not sure who that was because he's a keeper also, and he's wearing a different jersey number, so we'll get that to you in a minute.
By number, it was Andrew Kelly. So we're not sure who would be in goal then.
Yes. Okay.
This is National Trainer Month as we show the athletic trainer here at Smithson Valley.
There's Thomas Petmecke standing next to Coach Dunley. Thomas is the one with the blue sleeves. I have insider information. I worked here a long time. Thomas has been here for exactly 1 million years. This is his millionth year at Ranger Ranger Stadium. He's done a great job taking care of boy athletes, girl athletes, every sport. Doesn't matter. He does a great job of getting those kids injured, taking great care of, and also getting them back on the field as soon as possible. So talk about a man who's done a great job for a long time. That's Thomas Petmecke.
And, you know, he doesn't look that old, but I'm sure he has been here that long because trainers certainly do land somewhere and stay there for a long time most of their careers.
Well, it's the long hours too. It's the mileage on him. He's here first in the morning for treatments, and he's usually here last in the evening for some more treatments. So when I say he's taking care of kids, it's a time-consuming thing, but he's doing a great job for a long time.
I can personally tell you in my 20 years working in college athletics in the athletic media relations department, one of the person I roomed with on the road was always an athletic trainer. So I know a lot about athletic training that I never would have known for not those 20 years of watching ankles get taped and so forth and so on. Back in those days, we did treatments I'm sure we don't do anymore, but because the machinery and the system is much cleaner and more up to date.
Well, he always has a great relationship with the physicians and orthopedic people around the area that take care of kids too, and really does a great balance of taking care of them and getting them back on the field as soon as possible.
The Knights had a shot on goal and a nice save by the goalkeeper for the Rangers. And now we just saw a little exchange where the Ranger knocked down a Knight and nothing was called. So it's a physical game we will repeat again, and we'll be physical all night, we're sure. Rangers defense continues to be aggressive and forward, but the Knights have shown, again, as I mentioned, some quickness to get the ball moving and bodies moving through the scoring zones. Rangers try to change the side of the field, but the Knights are there first. And again, a deflection of a shot try.
Ball's been on the Steele attacking side most of the time, but the Rangers have had just as many opportunities. I think the wind has a lot to do with that, and the positioning of the Ranger defense. It looks like Steele's getting an advantage, but they're really not.
Here's a run out. Good job by the keeper. Ooh. Not so sure the keeper didn't get hit by his own teammate that time, but there was contact. And no whistle. And again, Smithson Valley kicking into the wind, so you see those kicks either going high and being hung up or going low and being knocked down. The wind has been upwards of 15 to 20 miles an hour most of the evening. Another kick on goal and a save. This one a little higher kick that traveled a little bit better as the wind took a break there for a second. As you notice, the flag went, well, you don't see it, but we can see the flag went down momentarily. But it's back out pretty straight again as the Rangers now move offensively. Try to aim the ball towards the far corner and just couldn't catch up to it. The Rangers on the season, as I mentioned, average 2 goals a game and give up 1.4. The Knights 1.26 goals per game and give up 1.47. So a little reason why the Rangers a little higher in the standings, but nonetheless it doesn't matter. It's still what happens out on the field, as the Rangers will watch the Knights throw it in and throw it ahead. Defense is there waiting for it, though.
Got a chance.
The keeper came out of the net, and the Rangers work 3-on-4 and a kick towards the net. Finally stopped by the goalkeeper. That is Jesse Ortiz for the Knights.
And Colton Atkins had a good shot there, but Steele defense closed around him quickly, so it didn't look like he got a great touch on that ball.
And Again, the Knights trying to be aggressive, kick it across the far sideline. So it'll be a throw in for Smithson Valley. Played almost 15 minutes, still no score from Ranger Stadium. More subs in for the Rangers. Some contact out near the midfield area. And a clearing pass. Ball is handled. And the Rangers maintain possession. Little give and go towards the corner. Have a chance.
Great job by the keeper there.
And the keeper does come out in time. Great job up the far sideline. I'm guessing that was a handball?
Yes, and then the referee stopped play because Smithson Valley put it back in play at the wrong place, so they made her move it back, which gives Steele a chance to regroup their defense.
Not something you want to see as a coach, right?
No.
Unless you're the Steele coach.
Yes. But it did need to be moved back, so it was a proper call by the referee.
Smithson Valley got in a hurry putting it down and tried to get away with it. There's a Knight passing to himself. Up the far side.
If we could see that number, I bet he's one of their goal scorers.
Looks like number 3, which is Matthew Madry. He has a couple of goals on the season, 3rd on the team with 2 goals.
And good speed down that side. I'll have to watch him close.
Knights get another shot towards goal that's stopped outside of the net. As players make their way up the field, and this time the wind knocks the ball down pretty good again. As it's controlled by, I think Castro got that one. Now the ball's loose up the near sideline.
Nice job by Steele there.
Yeah.
Anticipating the pass.
Julio Reyes was the Knight that got a hold of it as the Rangers work the far sideline again. This time the ball goes out before we can get to it. I'm going to say it was deflected, though. So it'll be a Ranger throw-in. I love how the game slows down till we find the right person to throw it in, too.
Yes.
Sometimes they need a rest, don't they?
It's unofficial rest time.
Yes. Infraction by the Rangers there gives the ball back for a goal kick by Steele. Again with that wind behind him. And I know, you were a soccer coach here, and I know you probably have coached some other sports. Tell me about what it's like to be, well, this even for instance, a football coach, and then in the spring when football spring is going on, you're coaching soccer.
Well, every sport has its, things that you have to emphasize when you're coaching it. The main thing that I always tried to do was prepare the kids. It didn't really matter what sport it was. Soccer nowadays is really specialized. A few of these kids run track, but that's difficult because it's in the same time as their soccer season. So soccer now really doesn't have an opportunity to be involved in too many other sports. For example, basketball goes on the exact same time, and so does baseball. So they really, once they decide that they're going to play soccer, their main emphasis is just that sport. So you learn the kids, that they really have a great love for their chosen sport, and it kind of rubs off on you. You're interested in the other sport that you coach, but during soccer season, you see these kids just pour their heart and soul into trying to be the best they can be, and so it makes you do the same thing.
And it's interesting when you say that, because as a basketball coach, and I do that as well, is it's you get where more basketball players are playing basketball and more soccers are playing soccer, baseball and track. What you do is the crossover.
We got a chance.
We got a chance.
Oh, goal right here.
Goal.
Awesome.
Great job. I think that was Castro that got it in, didn't it? Looked like 10 to me. And the Rangers take a 1-0 lead at the 20:53 mark. It is number 10.
Number 10.
Carlos Castro.
Interesting
that
three great passes set that goal up. That was a great shot.
In the midst of a conversation, with the first pass came up and gave us a chance. The second pass was on target, and that's what made everything happen. It's interesting when you least expect it, a goal can be scored. As the Knights push it up and crossing past just a hair off line, and the Rangers will try to bring it up. This again, the point I'm making though is every school has athletes who are better athletes and not necessarily specific to one sport. They could help soccer, they could help baseball, they could help, and because of the overlapping of seasons, you don't get as much of that.
Right. When Smithson Valley a long time ago was a small school, kids played multiple sports. But now that, like you said, each sport has kind of expanded their season. Baseball adds a game or two. Basketball adds a game or two. Soccer used to only start in January. Now they start practice back in November. So it is really, really difficult for a kid to be a two-sport athlete these days, just because of the time constraints and just because of the level of competition at each one.
Well, the Rangers have another opportunity that is cleared by the Knights. It's 1-0 as we go under 20 minutes to play here in the first half at Ranger Stadium on senior night. And even into the win, the Rangers now starting to assert themselves offensively a little bit and take an upper hand as the ball is attempted to be cleared, but a Ranger defender stepped up and sent it back. Now the Knights seem to have a little bit of control. Rangers really starting to pick up the effort level, I think, just a little bit with the goal and the energy created by it.
It is amazing, but that does happen. They're playing really, really hard, and all of a sudden they score a goal, and magically they can play harder.
Right, yeah. It's hard to believe that anyone could ever play harder than they're playing now, but you see it happen all the time. When something happens good on one end of the field or floor or whatever it is, everybody has more energy.
Got another chance now from the same player.
Yeah.
Nice pass.
Nice drop back. Contact.
He got fouled in the
yeah.
Guess not.
They didn't call it, did they?
Didn't see it the way we saw it.
Yeah. I think we were offside on that pass, weren't we? Or had a
you
chance?
You could see the Ranger players holding off because they knew they were.
Yeah. Yeah, offside simply when you, as an offensive, I'll give you the layman's term and then you give me the coach's term. The offensive player cannot be ahead of the defense until the pass is made.
Yes, the rule book says there has to be two players, the keeper and one more defender in front of you before you go into the attacking zone. But after the ball is hit, the ball can come behind, after you.
Right.
So fans have a difficult time, and sometimes the referee has a difficult time getting that call right because they don't know when the kid started running compared to contact of the ball that was actually behind him. It's confusing for the fans and sometimes confusing for the coach to get the referee to call it correct.
Right, and it's a difficult and yet at the same time it's always a pivotal call in the midst of a game. You can lose or get goals because of that.
You'll never see a soccer game played without it, I guess, with some really, really young kids that let that go. But if they didn't have that rule, it would be a really hard game to play and a hard game to officiate.
Ball on the near sideline as the two teams vie for its possession. That one popped up a little bit. Good job by the defense that time of tracking that one down. That'll be Ranger ball, as again some pushing and shoving near the sideline. It's all part of the game, right?
Yeah, the foul was called there. It's
okay,
one of those things that you think we've seen the similar contact other places during this game, but I guess the referee thought that was a little more than the other one. So and he is cautioning the player from Steele now.
Okay. Tyreek Tillman, number 14, apparently the player with the infraction. Ball headed out of bounds by Steele. So the Rangers will throw it in from about the 30-yard line. Nice job by Tillman heading it back to his goalkeeper as the Rangers pursued another scoring opportunity. A wind-aided kick there. Sails into the Ranger side. And a throw ahead. Good job by the Rangers there as they work it left to right. Kind of a pass hoping someone would be there that time.
Smithson Valley doing a great job. Even when they lose possession in the attack, they seem to gain it right back, and the kids that were on that possession are ready to continue. So the game has shifted after that goal. Most of it has been played on Smithson Valley's end now, even with the wind in their face.
Yes, sir. There's an opportunity now with some freedom. Steele defense still in place, but the Rangers having opportunities. Yoakum will throw it in and throws it into the scoring vicinity, and there's a shot try that's knocked away as Colton Atkins had an opportunity. The defense just beat him to the ball and got it out of play.
Steele's done their homework. Every chance he's had to touch near a spot where he could shoot, there's been at least one player, maybe two. Number 17 did a great job there. He was standing close to him before the ball ever got there.
Right. There's another ball out of play. Goes to the Rangers for the throw in, and there's a nice pitch ahead. I think they called offsides. And they did. And the Ranger defense ready for the ball. Castro really pushing the issues again.
It's nice defending by Steele right there. Rangers get a chance.
Oh.
Just a little high.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about earlier. They still gained possession, but the Rangers didn't turn around and just walk back. They kept the attack on. They're doing much better after that goal.
It's again, as a basketball coach, it drives me crazy that passes aren't on target because, that one just bent a little too much behind the offensive player going for it as he centered it across the front of the net.
Defense has a little bit to do with that too. They're in the way. They're in the way like they're supposed to be.
Good job. Headed the ball right back to the goalkeeper. That was Yoakum again. The Knights tried to get some aggressive offensive movement, but the Ranger defense is right there again. Wow. Wow. They're going to call that on Colton. He got pushed pretty hard to start with, and he retaliated.
I think the retaliation got called, and from the referee's point of view, that solves the problem. But it doesn't look that good for the people who wanted Smithson Valley to get another attack out of that.
He got pulled. I don't know if it was by a jersey or by an arm. He got pulled pretty hard when he went for the ball, and when he shoved back, that's when the whistle.
Yeah, that's when the call was made. That's the frustrating part.
The Knights now with the ball on their offensive side, get some work going, but the defense has really stepped it up. Ball is clear now, and the Rangers have an opportunity.
Oh, that's a nice ball.
Whoa.
Ooh.
He got knocked down, didn't he?
It would appear that way, but the referee didn't see it like that. So.
Yeah, Colton Atkins was the Ranger in the middle who had the scoring opportunity, and it looked like when he went for the ball, he got shoved in the back just a tad. The Knights' trek up the field is lost. The Rangers will have a throw-in. 10 minutes to go, first half action. The Rangers lead it 1-0 on a goal by Carlos Castro at the 26-minute mark of the first.
Something tells me this first half is not going to just fade away quietly. Both teams have kind of stepped up their physical, aggressive play. And the ball's not working for them, so they're trying to force it. And something unpleasant may happen.
Sure, I'm not the only one, and don't correct me if I'm going out of bounds here, but something unpleasant might happen. And can you define that more clearly?
Just a foul that a kid didn't intend, but he's when I say the ball is working against you, you get frustrated because the ball doesn't behave like you want it to, because of the defender or because of your own miss hit on the ball, and so both teams getting just a few touches each, and then it gets switched over, and then sooner or later somebody's going to just foul somebody, and you don't want anybody to get hurt. But I'm just saying it seems like the intensity has picked up that part.
Steele with the throw in from the near sideline. Rangers right there, though. And work the ball across the field, but a Knight is there to at least interrupt the pass. And the Knights work it up the far sideline. Good defense by the Rangers. And a steal by Smithson Valley. And the Ranger defense does its job again to get the ball for a throw-in from the far sideline. I'd have to say, as we go into the closing 8 minutes of this one, there are some signs of fatigue by a few of the players not getting quickly or as quickly to the ball at different occasions.
I agree. It's pretty common for a high school game that the kids play so hard, and they're even this time of year their conditioning is at top of their game. But 40 minutes is a long time to play. There's a reason why they don't play the full time that the pro teams play.
Right.
Because they do get fatigued and they do wear out, and that's when you get concerned about injuries.
Right. This ball goes across and out of play on the far sideline. It'll be a Steele throw in as we near the 7-minute mark of the first half. 1-0 Rangers on a goal by Castro at the 26-minute mark. Ball heads out of bounds, and I think it's finally kicked out by Smithson Valley, so it'll be a Steele throw in.
That's a nice job by Brett Dildy of keeping that from being a corner kick.
That wind continues to work right to left in the back of Steele and in the face of the Rangers. It's a centering pass and a ball lofted in the air and out past the goal line. The goal kick comes in, and again the wind knocks it down, but the Rangers get there quickly, and here's a ball in the middle of the field fought for by a number of different players. Some contact there, and again, as we've seen a lot of contact as the Knights come up and clear the ball for a moment. As a coach, what do you teach your kids? I mean, how much contact is allowed?
Well, in the San Antonio area, it's a pretty aggressive brand of soccer, both on the boys' side and the girls' side. What coaches will say and what referees will say, the kind of the buzzword is shoulder to shoulder. As long as the two players from the opposing teams are shoulder to shoulder trying for the ball, there really isn't a foul. And sometimes that shoulder to shoulder makes a kid fall or both kids fall. And depending on which team you're rooting for, you think that's a foul, and a lot of times it's not, because they both had equal access to the ball and were just pushing with the same shoulder to shoulder technique. So there can be a lot of contact that's not a foul.
Good job by the Ranger defense again of thwarting the Steele attack before it really got going. Ball cleared up ahead to Atkins, who can't control it right away as he's 2-on-1, but gets the loose ball and had an opportunity, and now the Rangers still in place for a chance. As the ball is taken across right to left. Good job by Crowley. But the Knights get possession. This is Madri again, who's been up the left sideline a couple of times with his speed. Now has the ball on the near sideline. Centers it into the center of the field in front of the net. And ball goes out off the Rangers, so it should be a corner kick.
I think he did call corner kick,
yeah.
Hard to see from this angle, I guess.
Right.
You can only, the referee's there close, so you can tell which foot it went off of.
Yeah.
If the defending team knocks the ball, or it knocks off of them and goes past the end line, then it's a corner kick. If it's touched by the attacking team and goes past the end line, then it's just a goal kick. So the referee's watching very closely to see, just like the sideline, to see which side gets a throw in. He's looking very closely to see which team let the ball hit them before it went out of bounds.
Sure. A misjudged bounce that time allows the Rangers to have possession. Good job by the Rangers. Now have it in the center of the field to the far side. Control is made by Crowley. Still has it. Tries a shot on goal that I think was deflected. Slowed down. He gets it back as the Ranger attack continues. Now the ball down in the corner again. I think that's off of them. No?
He never touched it. He used his body to defend it, but he never touched it. That was a very skilled play by Steele. Frustrating for the Rangers.
Uridia was down there trying to get to the ball, and as you mentioned, a good job of the Steele defender keeping it for his team. We go near the 2-minute mark as the Ranger defense is in place again, but the Knights continue their efforts as they would like another scoring opportunity to score here toward the end of the first half, but kick it out of bounds, out of play. Tillman with the kick, and now the Rangers will get a chance to throw it in. Yeah, throw-ins. And I told you my middle son played soccer all the way through the middle school. When they're throwing in from the sideline, there are particular ways you have to do that.
Yeah, the rule is you have to have both hands on the ball, and you have to have equal pressure. Technically, if the ball is spinning too much, then it means they really threw it with one hand, not two.
Right.
The other thing that the referee watches is that you have to have both feet on the ground. Now, to do it like a baseball pitcher or to get as much momentum as possible, you drag one foot or the other so that you can use your whole body. You don't have to stand there flat-footed, but you do have to have both feet on the ground.
Couple of kicks on goal attempted that time. Was that Van Fossen? 23 it looked like. First one deflected, second one went out of play. Is that a coach coming out on the field? Do they have a player on the near sideline that's shaken up?
Yes, number 3 over here.
Yeah, that was the speedster, Madri, who had the scoring opportunities coming down the near sideline a couple of times. He'll walk around the extent of the field as he's been subbed for, I believe.
Yes, he was subbed for when the coach came on the field.
Okay. There's a nice tip by the Knights, but the defense is ready and able to get to the ball as we go under a minute to play, under 30 seconds to play. The Rangers lead at 1-0. The Knights turning up the pressure a little bit, but the defense is there as we're now under 10 seconds to go. Rangers just trying to keep the ball in play right now, as the Knights would like to push it up ahead. Defense doing a good job as you hear the horn go off, and that is the end of the first half. The first 40 minutes are in the books, and the Smithson Valley Rangers have a 1-0 lead. Carlos Castro, the senior, scored the only goal of the first half at the 26-minute mark for the Rangers, and that is a 1-0 lead. We'll have our halftime conversation coming up after this timeout on the Ranger Network.
With university admission competition at its peak and demand in the workplace for the best and brightest young talent, the time is now to give our students the edge at Comal ISD. And that edge is Memorial Early College High School. No matter where you reside in Comal ISD, MEX will help accelerate your learning and prepare you for a lifetime of success. You have a choice to make your high school experience fit you and your way of learning. Through a unique relationship with St. Philip's College, you can earn an associate's degree of arts. That's 2 years of college for free while you are still in high school. MEX offers a combination of regular and dual credit courses taught right here by instructors that have master's degrees. Learn in a hands-on collaborative way at MEX. Research, explore, problem solve, and build long-lasting relationships with driven, focused, and great students like yourself. Our campus is unique with many opportunities to get involved in school spirit. Our many clubs, academic UIL, sports, community, and leadership opportunities will have you screaming with eagle pride and soaring to new heights of excellence. Explore your options with Comal ISD. Explore Memorial Early College High School today.
Have you brushed your teeth?
Yeah!
Did you brush your teeth?
Yeah!
Have you brushed your teeth?
Yeah!
Moms, we've got you covered. Bring your kids to Summerhill Dental no matter how often they say they brush their teeth.
If you bank at Frost, we'll help keep your money safe. If you use your Frost debit card, the chip will make it more secure. If there's a suspicious transaction on your card, you'll get an alert. If you do, you can freeze your card with the Frost app. If you lose your phone, Touch ID login will help keep the app secure. Of course, if all you need is help from people who care, we've got that too.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
Okay, take a look here. You know, these pearly whites, they're just not right. So you got this guy here, and boom, you move it over here. And don't forget this guy here. You shove it over here. After Ferris Orthodontics get a hold of these teeth, bam! It's like magic for your teeth. So the thing is, when teeth are lined up, you get a good smile. And it was Ferris Orthodontics that did that right there.
Flipping houses in Chicago it's a gamble.
The budgets can spiral out of control.
It's already kind of spiraled. A profit like that is worth the gamble. So we are all in.
How am I gonna get a railing in 2 weeks?
This job's gonna kill me.
All new Windy City Rehab, Tuesday at 9 on HGTV.
Watch HGTV, GVTC, channel 578.
The Big Ten. You play hard and win hard. Every hook and slam explodes. And the thunder and rumble is pure percussion. The Big Ten on Fox, FS1, and the Fox Sports app.
Watch FS1, GVTC, channel 515.
Where Zaxby's is from. Some like it classic. Some like it saucy. For others, it's gotta be crispy. But everyone loves the flavor that brings us together. And whether you like it spicy or old school, you'll like it even more. Because Zaxby's 5 fan favorites are now just $5.99 each. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's.
In this arena, we come at you like a freight train. Here, nothing but sidestepping, high-flying, over-the-top action. And this is where tradition, pride, and determination all come together. Big East, Pac-12, and Big Ten on Fox and FS1.
Watch FS1, GVTC, channel 515.
Your life is full of journeys. You're always on the go, dealing with ever-changing challenges. And there's a place where you always feel welcome and safe, a place you call home. But you can't be everywhere at once, or can you? Honeywell Total Connect keeps you connected to your home no matter where you are. Receive push notifications on your iOS device every time motion is captured or someone presses your Skybell video doorbell. You can now see, hear, and speak to your visitors all through the Honeywell Total Connect iOS app.
Hello, Becky.
Hi, Aunt Susan, I'm here.
Sure, I'll open the door for you.
You can use your smartphone to disarm the security system and unlock the door for your guests while seeing, hearing, and speaking to your visitor all from one app on a single screen. Honeywell Total Connect helps to increase your home security, keeping you comfortable and always in control. Now you can focus on what truly matters. Enjoy the convenience you've never had before. Honeywell Total Connect grants you peace of mind so you'll never miss anything ever again. Picture the possibilities.
And welcome back to Ranger Stadium. The Rangers lead it 1-0. We're nearing the end of halftime here at senior night for the Smithson Valley Ranger boys soccer team as they're taking on the Steele Knights. And again, a goal by Carlos Castro, the senior forward midfielder, at the 26-minute mark. Gave the Rangers that 1-0 lead, and right now they're enjoying the 1-0 lead. But I want to, real quick before we get to the start of the second half, starting April 1st, they're going to start demolishing the field and the track and put down a new track and a new football field. This one, going into its 8th season, has shown plenty of wear and tear. And I know you talked a little bit before we went on the air about how exciting that is to get the new turf, if you will. It'll be softer and all that kind of things that happens when you get a new turf.
Well, I'm old enough to remember that what they called AstroTurf, and it was a nightmare for injuries, and especially AstroTurf that was outside. It became like a cross between a carpet and concrete.
Yeah.
And it's just that it was a great concept, but the sun just tore it up, and unfortunately, that's the only limiting factor in this surface. When you think about this stadium, what happens? We have junior high track meets, we have band practice, we have football off season, we have soccer practice, we have track practice. This facility gets used almost nonstop, and it doesn't matter if we have bad weather or not. So it's a great investment for the district. It's a great surface for the kids to play on. It causes us to have less injuries, and it's just time. If you look close and walk on it and see it compared to a new turf, it's just worn out. And the only factor that causes it to wear out is sunshine, and we're not going to stop that here in South Texas. So it's time to get it changed.
Probably not going to stop the sunshine.
No.
At least we hope not.
No.
Because we live in this part of the country for a good reason.
That's right.
We don't like snow, and we don't want to drive in it or anything else in it.
No, but you get on that stuff on a hot day, and you can see how it's just getting blistered, and there's nothing to do about it. But it's a great thing for our district to have all of our high schools have this surface.
Right. And again, that begins April 1st. They hope to finish by August 1st, which will be just in time for football practice. And I know Coach Hill would be very excited to know it will be ready by August 1st. Possession will be for Steele to start the second half. And we are underway. Final 40 minutes and a 1-0 Smithson Valley lead. The Rangers, who definitely won the second 2/3 of the first half, now have the wind at their back. So we'll see if their offensive aggression can continue and see if they can continue to dominate the ball as they did in the back 2/3 of the first half. As the Knights continue to move the ball just across midfield, the defense is all over them. So it does appear as though the Rangers are continuing their effort, and they'll get the throw in here from the near sideline now as the Knights lose the ball out of play. As the Rangers move the ball up the field, let me ask you about this. You got a 1-0 lead. It doesn't look to me like they're sitting back at all. It looks like they're staying very aggressive, Coach.
Well, coaches are kind of pessimistic by nature. We're always real positive with our players, but you're never happy. There's something can go wrong at any minute, and really being ahead 1-0 is nerve-wracking because it only takes a fluke goal by the other team to get them right back in, and then the momentum would swing the other way. So Smithson Valley's definitely not sitting back on this lead and thinking they've got everything in control. They're going to work as hard as they can to score another goal.
I don't think there's any doubt they still look to be the aggressor of the two teams right here in the opening minutes of the second half. It is a 1-0 lead for the Rangers as the ball is cleared into the Steele zone where the defense hustles back to it. Now the Knights try to bring it up the far sideline. Seems to be they're mishandling the ball a couple of times here early in the second half. Just
It's a combination of that and Smithson Valley playing pretty good defense, being ready to step up and defend as soon as the ball arrives close to a Steele player.
Something to be said for ball pressure, if you will. As the Rangers clear that one, as the Knights got it into the danger zone right in front of the net, and defense just did enough to get it out of there. Someone might ask, that ball looked real near to the sideline. The ball has to clear all the way over
all
the
the
line.
way out. That's a learning curve for people with their first experience of soccer. The ball has to be all the way back, all the way out on the side, and all the way out on the end line as well.
That ball hugged the line for quite a while that time, but was not called out. And I know someone on the viewing group that we have is probably wanting to know why that wasn't called out, because it sure looked like it was going out. But yes, that is a fine point.
And there's nobody better to see that than a linesman. That's his main job, and so he's positioned to do that quite well.
That looked like a handball by 6 there.
Yes, it was called.
Yep. Julio Reyes had the ball pop up. So the Rangers will get is this still called a goal kick?
Yes, it's a goal or a penalty kick.
It's a penalty kick? Okay. By virtue of the penalty, it becomes a penalty kick versus a goal kick. The Rangers move it up their near sideline now, get a break with a mishandled ball. A little push in the back, and the ball goes out and will be awarded to the Rangers, I believe. Yes, they'll throw it in. Some contact there, and the ball centered in the front of the net.
Great
and a
shot.
chance. And the header goes off far to the left.
Another scoring opportunity for Castro.
That was a chance. He got it over the top of the goalkeeper, right into the back far side of the net. And the header goes awry. Castro with a chance for his second goal, but no good as we go near 35 minutes of the second half. Ball stays on the near sideline by Steele. Turned back by the Rangers. Kicked out by the Knights, and the Rangers will have a throw in from the near sideline. Rangers have tried dropping the ball back to a cutter a couple of times here in the second half, and both times it's been kicked away. So is that Steele just reading it?
Yeah, Steele is, they probably need to stop trying that. Then as soon as I say that, it'll work again. But, that Steele's ready for it because they see the kid coming.
That was Colton Atkins that got loose again, but the keeper came out and knocked the ball away. Seeing Ryan Hartley being more active now here in the second half on the near sideline with some opportunities as the Knights move the ball up the near sideline. Ball trying to be centered, but good defense. That ball got a little closer than I think we wanted him to.
A lot of defenders in perfect position, but the ball found a Steele player.
Yeah. Christopher Patterson is who centered at that time. Now a throw in from the sideline and a header over the top. Good defense to knock it away, and here come the Rangers. A little bit of a run out by the Rangers to the offensive side as they pitch it to the far sideline and try to give and go that gets deflected. But here's a steal that's stolen back. Rangers now with an opportunity. And we can talk about standings again. As we told you at the beginning of the show, New Braunfels first, New Braunfels Canyon second, Clemens third, and Smithson Valley fourth. Steele at 4 and 7 is in sixth place. And this is the first of 3 games left in the district race. By losing, Steele would be eliminated from any hope of making it to the playoffs. their hope is to win the final 3 games and get some help. But this, if they would lose, the Knights would be eliminated. The Rangers obviously looking for a win because if they can string some wins together and get a break or two, they could get out of the 4th spot, which means you'll play the Austin District number 1 team. If you get up to 3rd, then you get a 2 instead of a 1, and sometimes it's not a lot of a difference, but it could be a difference.
Yeah, players and coaches are always watching those standings, and the mathematical answer at the end of every conversation is, well, let's win this game.
Yeah.
So Steele is trying to stay alive, and Smithson Valley is trying to better their chances. Maybe they can get out of that 4th spot, like you said. But the obvious and most important answer to all the end of that conversation is let's win this game.
Harley and Atkins tried to work the ball there for a shot, and the shot went a little tall over the top of the net area. Looked to be a shot from Uridia. Ball is sent across the far sideline. It looks like it'll be a Ranger throw-in as we near the 30-minute mark. We're almost a 4th of the way through the second half, and the Rangers hold on to that 1-0 lead. Colton Atkins can be actually magical with the ball. As I try to say something really nice about him, they tried a little give and go, and he just didn't see it. Looks like he's hobbled just a little bit as there's a little limp on his jog back.
They've had defenders close to him all night. It looks like he's not playing well, but he is.
Yeah.
And Steele's playing well around him, because if he gets loose, then he'll score.
Uridia tries to go loose now, gets bumped from behind, still has control, gets a shot off.
Just barely.
Just missed left of the net. As he had a chance there, Colton Atkins right there trying to be a disruptor, if you will. Good job by Uridia getting loose that time and maintaining possession through a couple of bumps of defenders.
Atkins still kind of trying to shake off that last collision.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll come out of the game, but he's hobbled right now.
Substitutions happen for Steele here. That's the holdup for the goal kick. And now the whistle, and they're kicking into the wind, and you see that ball knocked down quite a bit. And Madri, who went out in the first half, is one of those who came back in, and he's now got some momentum going towards the goal, although the defense is all over him. And there's a push that is whistled by the Rangers.
They'll call that a direct kick. Yep. Meaning that he can shoot the ball from there.
Right. So what is it, 10 paces the defensive wall has to be?
Yes. And it's easy to tell on a football line field, but the kids always line up at 8 and the referee makes a move. Like right now they're perfectly at, see, he'll make a move now.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's one of those soccer cliches.
This is where there's a lot of offsides opportunities. Reyes will be the kicker for Steele. And the whistle comes. And he angles it to the net, and a save made.
Nice job by the keeper lining up his wall.
Yep. I don't know if it's just because we're closer to this end of the field, but that looks like a different keeper to me than we had in the first half. This one looks taller. Any chance that that's a fact? We'll see if we can get a word. It is a different one. This must be Kelly. No?
So I think they changed the keepers at halftime, and they've been doing that for most of the season.
Yeah. Because we saw Kelly out being on the front end through the early part when the seniors all started.
Yes, that's correct.
As play continues out near the midfield area, there was a push and a push back and a takedown, and now the bump called on Smithson Valley.
Retaliation gets called.
Yeah.
Pretty common.
Yeah. So the penalty kick from about the 44-yard line is a bullet that's deflected. Clearing effort. Well, come on, okay. Looked like Harley had a beat on the ball and someone just ran up his backside.
Yes, that's a pretty clear foul.
Yeah. So the Rangers now will get a chance to have a free kick. Looks to be Jonathan Diaz, who sends it sailing toward the far sideline. And the Steele Knights will send it back. Ball loose in the middle of the field. Harley comes and gets it, gets a bump, but continues possession. And we'll switch sides of the field. You know, in so many ways, it's just like basketball. If you switch sides of the court, you make the defense adjust, and that's where you see more openings. And again, my knowledge of soccer is just that. When you switch sides of the field, you just get a different angle to attack from and usually have better numbers.
Yeah, that's a really good point that both basketball, soccer, and hockey, the ball moves and you know, away from the crowd, and the teams that can do that, and which in soccer we yell switch the field, and the kids are sometimes have their head down trying to move forward at the place they're at. If they can switch the field where the defenders are less numbers, then it usually works out for them. Oh, it's also a risky pass, though, because it's covering a lot of distance.
Far sideline, a fight for the ball through a couple of players, and the Rangers seem to got the best of it right now. Ball sent towards the center of the net. A header attempt is over the top. Harley gets it on the backside and tries to save it and center. Well, my guess is he'll try to put it back, and he does. And an attack made.
Oh. Another great chance.
Yoakum
Rangers
again, and the Rangers continued, and there's a shot try in the middle and a kick. Is that Atkins that got hit again?
Yes.
Rangers really attacking on that from many different areas. Yoakum had the run to the net, and then the ball got sent out, and another attack came into Atkins, and he got hit pretty hard, it looked like. And now we have a corner kick. And the Steele defense does a nice job of getting it out with a header. The Rangers send it back, and Steele knocks it out of play for a throw-in for the Rangers. Go under 25 minutes to go here in the game. Rangers lead it 1-0.
Even when Steele takes possession, the Rangers are fighting to quickly get it back. So it seems like they're not stringing a lot of passes together, but they're doing a great job of quickly stealing the ball back and sometimes getting a shot and just keeping the pressure on. I have a chance here.
Was that Atkins that got a header over the top of the net?
Yes. They're starting to get the ball to him, and he may not score a goal, but he could possibly be the one to get the assist because he's looking to get the ball quickly to somebody else. And they're doing a great job on the attack.
And like any sport with a net, the more pressure you put on all those defenders around the net, the more opportunities you get, because eventually they're going to get tired of fighting you.
You hope that works that way.
Yeah. I say that in faith.
Well, like we said at the beginning, Steele's had a pretty good defensive year in the number of goals per game, so they're going to be stingy around their own goal for sure, and they're fighting for their playoff lives. So this last 23 minutes is going to be some good soccer.
Well, we certainly hope so. Good job by Harley of winning that ball. His pass though a little too stern, but he got knocked down, I believe, and as he makes himself back up, the Rangers will have a penalty kick from near the 45-yard line. Looks to be Diaz who will kick it from about the 47.
With this wind, he can be a one-touch assist even from that far out.
He had a good kick earlier. This one all the way to the net where the keeper catches it. About 3 or 4 paces in front of the net as the Rangers were circling to get ahead on it. So again, the pressure continues from the Rangers. Here's another run. And a corner kick coming from the far corner for the Rangers. It is interesting that Colton Atkins continues to draw a crowd whenever he's near the ball.
Uruta takes this corner. Let's see what happens.
Rangers.
Just a little high on the header.
Yep.
That's from good defenders. They were all in position.
Yeah. Atkins, the sophomore midfielder, has 9 goals on the season, a total of 18 points, leads the Rangers with that. Ryan Harley, who we've mentioned here in the second half, has 7 goals and 3 assists for a total of 17 points. And Carlos Castro now has 7 goals and 2 assists, so he'll have 16 points. And just a reminder, I know we didn't talk about it very much. I don't even know if we mentioned this, but Andrew Kelly, the goalkeeper for the Rangers, the one with the good numbers, ranked 3rd in District 26-6A with 7 goals given up on the season, has signed a national letter of intent for Gulliford College in Greensboro, North Carolina. So he'll have a chance to play at the next level. And we wish him good luck as he goes into that endeavor after this senior year. Rangers will have is this a free kick? Penalty kick? What do we call this?
Yeah, we're going to call this a direct kick.
A direct kick?
Notice that Steele's lining up about 5 yards away from the ball, and they're
moving it up to the 15-yard line, so this is just like an extra point, only it has to go below the crossbar. The wall is now moved back. Some players aren't as bold as others as they turn their back to the ball. I don't know how you see anything.
I think they just turn their back to get the goalkeeper's instruction.
Okay,
he lines them up so he gets the.
Ooh, nice look
play.
As a little touch pass.
Yeah, nice play by the Rangers and a good play by the goalkeeper.
To a cutter who is unable to get the ball in the net. The Knights try to clear it up and have a run out. But the defense is really being active again here in the second half. That was Dane Morris that got knocked down and no whistle, but the Rangers contained the possession. Now a work of a Steele Knight who steals the ball away on the far sideline. But the Ranger defense just seems to be in the right spot throughout most of after the first 10 or 15 minutes, Coach, it seems like the Rangers have just been the more aggressive. That should be Ranger ball, shouldn't it?
Yes, it's one of those things if you're rooting for Steele, you think, well, those Smithson Valley defenders are lucky. They just keep being in the exact spot where the ball is, but they're working hard to to do that. So that's one of those things. It looks like you're just a lucky player, but you've really worked that spot, so you know where the ball's going to be.
And tell me, and I know you've seen this before, but that goal at the 26-minute mark kind of turned everything up for Smithson Valley. The defense got better, the offense got more aggressive, and just everybody seemed to have more energy from that point forward.
Yes, it was not like they just started playing with a level of comfort. They just turned up the volume a little bit, everybody. So they keep getting chances. They're going to get another goal here in a minute.
Another crossing pass is headed but stopped. As the Ranger goalkeeper really trying to battle the wind here in the second half. He was feeling pretty good about himself in the first half with that wind at his back, but really struggling here in the second half, and the Rangers knock it out of play, so it'll be a Steele throw-in from the near sideline.
I believe that's number 19, Teague Maples, that came in to replace Hurley. Hurley's out. He didn't get injured, so he's just taking a break, and Teague Maples doing a great job on this side over here.
Another sophomore, and the sophomores kind of holding court with the scoring opportunities on this Ranger team. As the ball goes out on the far side. Rangers really putting the pressure on every player who has possession of the ball here. clearing pass can't be handled. The Rangers try to get it out of there, and the nice job of being physical. Rangers doing a good job.
It's a really good job on defense right there by 18.
Yeah.
Dane Morse had 2 Steele players on him trying to get the ball from him, but he said, no, sir, I'm taking this ball and getting a good pass.
Reyes for Steele kicks that one out of play on the far side where the Rangers will throw it in. Also notice, if you don't watch soccer a whole lot, almost every throw-in is up the field. You're always trying to create something with that throw-in pass, aren't you?
Yes, and you'll see younger kids throw it the wrong way, and coaches will quickly correct them. Even if you don't gain possession with the throw-in, you'll still need to throw the ball toward your goal.
Right. Steele with the throw-in from the far sideline. Headed out by the Rangers. The defense continues good ball pressure and has a chance for a run out of a steal here. Looked like a couple of feet got tangled up that time. That ball will go clear to the goalkeeper on the end line as the Rangers continued to pursue it. Any kind of a slip up and the Rangers would have had a definite scoring opportunity.
It's a good ball by Maples right there. Shoot it. Oh, nice job by the keeper.
Atkins was trying to get there and to maybe deflect it a little bit into the goal, though he was definitely tied up by a Steele defender.
Yeah, little Maples has done a good job bringing in some energy off the bench from this side down here.
Steele heads it out of play, and Rangers will get a throw in as we go near the 15-minute mark of this one. Still a 1-0 Ranger lead. Carlos Castro with the goal at the 26-minute mark of the first half. And the Rangers have led 1-0 since. Through a host of players. Looks like it was Atkins that finally gained possession of it. Now the Rangers try to work it to the other side of the field.
Number 11, Colton Amaya, checked into the game on that last substitution.
Good job by the Rangers on the far side. The centering pass is deflected away, and now the Knights want to run with it. Rangers do a good job of keeping that ball from getting anywhere near a scoring threat. Get it out of play on the far side. For a team that's down 1-0, them taking their time here surprises me.
Yes, the clock seems to be moving really, really fast, which is working against Steele. Could be because Smithson Valley's got better touch on the ball and kind of dominating right now.
There's a ball that was dangerous for the Rangers as the Knights, and their good job by Colton Atkins trying to pin his guy up the field, and the ball just went a little too far. So the Knights are back in possession, trying to force the issue, trying to get a tie game here with under 15 minutes to play. Rangers do a good job of defending there and get the ball out on a run out. Rangers work it across the field, but the Knights are there first. Just want to remind you that the Rangers Network next broadcast will be Ranger baseball. Coach Kale and the Rangers take on Judson across the parking lot here at Smithson Valley. That live broadcast comes here right on the Rangers Network March 26th at 7 p.m. We hope you can join us on the Ranger Network for the next broadcast, which will be Ranger baseball against the Judson Rockets on March 26th at 7 p.m. Mark that on your calendars so you can join us again on the Ranger Network. Looks like the Rangers will have a direct kick here just inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, number 9, Jonathan Diaz, is going to take this.
Diaz has had the two beyond the 40 that the last one was aiming right for the net when he kicked it. This one from about the 18 will curl in and be knocked down by a Steele defender.
Pretty sure that was a direct kick. He could have done a scoring attempt from there, as strong as his leg is.
Yeah. It's different from professional soccer. When a player goes down, there's always a whistle because they embellish it so much.
Yes, it's part of so they can spotlight each player and get them on the camera.
Right. Here's a throw in for the Rangers. Will come near the end line. Rangers track it down and try to center it back to the middle. There's a bump there, no call, and the Knights have possession for momentarily until the Rangers get it right back. Bozen and drops it off. And a goal-scoring try goes over the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, Diego Bozen's had a great game here in the midfield. He's really had a great second half.
I agree.
He's been doing a great job defending and also turning around quickly and being part of the attack.
The kick that time was by Brett Dildy, by the way, the one that went over the top of the crossbar. So the Rangers continue their scoring opportunities as we get close to the 10-minute mark, 11:20 to go. Rangers lead at 1-0. A score in the first half by Carlos Castro at the 26-minute mark. The Knights have possession on the far side of the field where they'll throw it into that stifling Ranger defense that has been tout all night. Seems to be a whistle against the Rangers there, so a direct kick will come from the Knights just inside the
about 25 about 25 yards
line.
out. So we'll see what they plan on their attack here.
They're backing up the wall again. Defenders keeping an eye. The kick is low and dribbling, and the keeper comes up and gets it.
Great job by the keeper there.
So a good stop by the Rangers. And now Andrew Kelly will throw it ahead. The Rangers move with a couple of passes and have it on the near sideline. Near midfield, it's bumped away.
Nice play by 18 there. Dane Morris.
Good job of clearing it out of bounds, out of play by Diaz as the Knights were running on the near sideline. Now the Knights picking up the pressure just a little bit with their effort level, though the Rangers still seem to be in the right spot most all the time. Rangers clear it to the near side and will chase it down. That's Amaya, who sends it across back to the far side.
That's a great pass.
And a shot from about 30 yards out gets deflected. That was a shot we gave them. There's a takedown that didn't get stopped.
Looked like a couple of fouls not called. Let's see what happens after that.
And then they call the bump.
Yes.
It's probably the least contact of any of those three we just talked about, and that's the one that's whistled.
It can be frustrating as a fan, but that guy down there in the green shirt, he's got the closest view.
Yeah. It's very frustrating as a coach, I can imagine, times too.
Yes.
Not like you're going to say anything, but yeah, it's so is this a direct kick from the 25?
Yes.
I believe it would be Dildy that would be kicking from that far side. Kind of pops it up, and it's headed out. Noah Solis is the Knight player on the far sideline being active right now as the Rangers sub again. I can't see who just went out.
Looks like Hurley's coming back in the game as well.
Yeah. You think the orange shoes give it away?
Yes, it's easy to spot him.
So the Rangers throw it in on the far sideline and keep it in play. As we go near
Really
7
nice
minutes
job
to go.
right there.
Rangers have possession near the midfield area. Midfielders doing good work. The pass ahead, looking for a good bounce. Harley tried to chase it down, but Steele gets a hold of it, and here's now a pop-up pass ahead to on the run and down in the corner. Patterson. Now a kick on goal, saved by the keeper.
Nice save on a bouncing shot. Sometimes they didn't have a lot of pace on it, but that ball was bouncing, so difficult save.
Looked like Robert Anderson was the player who tried the shot on goal for Steele.
Looks like we'll get a card. Steele player hitting from behind. Yellow card issued to number 14 for Steele.
That's Tyreek Tillman, who. So the yellow card means what?
Well, he can get a certain number of those, and it equals a red card, and then he'll actually miss a game.
Well, they sub him out.
So he has to leave the field, and
Okay.
he can come back on now.
Okay.
But a red card he would not be allowed to.
Okay. So we'll clarify that as the clock is stopped at the 6:28 mark for all of that, and now keeper will send it up the field.
Keeper to keeper.
To the opposite, to the Steele keeper at about the goal line. Strong wind continues here at Ranger Stadium as you see that ball just flattened out going into that wind. Another pass that doesn't go nearly as far as you think it should. And the Knights run with it here. And a good-looking shot that just went wild. Nice-looking pass by Christopher Patterson, the sophomore forward.
Yeah, with 6 minutes to play, a 1-0 lead will drive Coach Nichols crazy. He's done everything he can. Kids are playing well, but still has one lucky shot can change everything.
Patterson, their second leading scorer with 11 points on the season. He has 5 goals and 1 assist. That time his shot just about a yard left of the goalpost. Defense trying to keep the ball out of the middle of the front of the zone and frustrate the Steele offensive player that time by good defense.
Really good defense kept it from being a corner kick also.
And as you can imagine, with boys soccer playing here at Ranger Stadium, girls soccer is over at Steele, and Steele is leading that one with about 13 minutes to go in that game. Steele is up 3-0 over the Ranger girls. I'm going to call a tough bump on that one.
A little bit from behind.
Yeah.
They usually caution them pretty strong when they hit each other and when they hit somebody from behind, because that could be dangerous.
We go under 5 minutes to play. The Rangers lead at 1-0, trying to add another one here as they continue to push the evidence into the offensive side as the Rangers continue to work. The ball stays on our offensive side of the field most of this second half. The Knights have had a couple of runouts here in the last 5 or 10 minutes as, again, Patterson goes aggressively, sends the ball across the field, but it's lost by his teammate. And the Rangers will throw it in. They don't take enough time to do it, though. They should have taken some more seconds to throw it in since everybody else has. That one headed back toward the offensive side for the Rangers, and they'll send it to the keeper, who will try to kick it into this wind and not get it very far. Rangers know that, and they've been attacking. Here's the Knights with a nice pass ahead, but the defense comes up and meets it. And the Knights clear, and a header by the Rangers. Good job of clearing it out of play, kind of slow things down as they had inched up probably 20 or 30 yards on that exchange of back and forth. The throw in from the sideline is controlled by the Knights, but there was a little too much contact there. Zachary Simmons had the ball for Steele, but must have pushed off too much. 3 minutes to go. Rangers lead 1-0.
It's a nice luxury. Didn't mean to interrupt you there. It's a nice luxury to have a goalkeeper that's not just good with his hands and punting the ball. They let him be the one to take that direct kick so that you can have all 10 players ahead and not use one of them to have to keep a touch on the ball.
Rangers have an opportunity here as they move the ball up the far sideline. The centering pass is deflected out and then tried to be cleared but was miskicked. Now it's loose. A header toward the front of the goal, and I think, is that offsides because the player was beyond the defense?
That's as far offside as you can be because he came in from the end line. You can't be any more offside than that.
It looked really good at first, and then you realize that that's not legal. Still looked good.
That would drive a coach crazy for the referee to miss that call.
Yeah. Knights will put it up the field into the wind. A nice low driving kick, but the Rangers meet it. Try to contain possession on this side of the field. Colton Atkins tried to head it ahead.
So many times in this second half on a long ball, what coaches will call a 50-50 ball, meaning both teams have equal opportunity to it. The Rangers are the first ones there. Look like they've been just standing there waiting for it. So they've done a great job on Steele's long ball possessions.
Steele's will put it in play from the far sideline. One of the better kicks we've seen into the wind tonight. But, again, the defense for the Rangers is there. Even though the Knights get possession again, they're now 20, 30 yards further up the field than they were when the ball was originally stopped. Rangers do a good job of clearing it out and keeping the ball defended. Atkins wins a 50-50 ball there and kicks it ahead, and the goalkeeper comes out to meet it.
Yeah, they're taking chances now because so much time is left, so the Rangers could get one here. Keep the pressure on. Keep trying to score.
Well, there was an opportunity there. The pass just a little bit in front of Colton. And
Steele playing with desperation, not necessarily great skill or great position, but they're definitely putting on as much energy as they can, and the Rangers are matching it.
Indeed they are.
That'll be a corner kick.
That'll be a corner kick as the clock rolls under 30 seconds to play.
This is going to be a big play right here at the end.
This will indeed. The Knights trying, all 11 players up on the
keepers up.
Keepers up. Kick not very good and bumped out by a header by the Rangers. The Knights get possession, but the Andrew Kelly.
Go. Hit it.
The final seconds will tick off. Colton Atkins gets ahead on it. Wants to get a goal as he's loose. But the final clock has sounded, and the Smithson Valley Rangers have won this senior night game by a score of 1-0. Carlos Castro with the goal at the 26-minute mark is the only goal of the game. And on senior night, Smithson Valley moves themselves to 8-4 in District 26-6A, and that will be good for no worse than fourth place, depending on what else happens tonight. And we don't know what else is happening tonight, but it'll be interesting to see tomorrow morning what those standings look like.
Yes, and the Rangers put themselves in position. That's all they can do is win the rest of their remaining games and see if they can advance and get farther up in the standings. They're playing really well right now. Steele's a really good defensive soccer team, and this was a great game by both teams, but Smithson Valley did a really good job.
We're going to take a quick break here on the Ranger Network and come back with some final thoughts as the Rangers win it 1-0 here on Friday night on the Ranger Network.
Chicken Express is the place for legendary chicken tenders, the freshest sides, and the best sweet tea in Texas, Chicken E Sweet Tea. Let's give a big thank you to the Brown family for supporting all the high schools in the area for over a decade. Dine in, drive up, or drive through. We'll see you at Chicken Express.
Okay, take a look here. These pearly whites, they're just not right. So you got this guy here, and boom, you move it over here. And don't forget this guy here. You shove it over here. After Ferris Orthodontics get a hold of these teeth, bam! It's like magic for your teeth. So the thing is, when teeth are lined up, you get a good smile. And it was Ferris Orthodontics that did that right there.
We're back at Ranger Stadium on the Ranger Network. The Rangers defeat Steele by the score of 1-0. Carlos Castro with the goal at the 26-minute mark is the difference in the game of a 1-0 score, but it was more than that because the Ranger defense was really big tonight.
I think at the point where they scored the one goal, you can point to the defense. You can see the whole second half, Andrew Kelly did a great job in goal. Smithson Valley dominated possession, but the few times it still did get a breakaway or did get the ball down on their end with a decent shot, he was always in perfect position. And, of course, you look at Van Fossen and Yoakum, Douglas, Diaz, Dildy, and Morris back there in the back. They seem to be getting every first touch. And so anytime Steele had a chance, they were there and quickly turned it around and made it into a counterattack. So the defense not only kept the ball out of the net for the Rangers, but they also did a great job of starting the counterattack each time. 3
big seniors in the center of that defense, and then some juniors around them and some sophomores on the front side, but really led by those seniors on the defensive end. And on senior night, that has to mean something for everybody in the program.
Sure. I think it was definitely a team effort for the defense.
All right. The Rangers win it. They move to an overall record of 11-7-4 and a district record of 8-4, good enough for at least 4th place. But we'll know more when the district standings update themselves tomorrow morning when all the scores get in. So for former Smithson Valley coach Brad Lind, I'm Tony Brubaker saying good night and God bless. The Rangers win it 1-0.